Hey gang, it's Steve from Pile Work Adventures, and it's about a week since I've been back from my adventure, my very first one with my buddy Vic. We went out here in Arizona, I'd just like to thank everybody who watched it and subscribed to my channel. Thank you very much. But I got a lot of questions coming back from that, asking me what was the gear that I really liked while I was out there on the trail for my first time. And so, with no particular order, let's go. All right, guys. One of the things that I really liked and you need in Arizona on my first trip, I knew I was going to need this, was the moonshade. And we set it up for the Bronco four-door soft top application. And we did it and added a couple of guide wires that made it perfect, because the way we were angled, the breeze would come in and push the moonshade just forward a little bit, so we just angled it, and we'll show you in some video here that how we set that up, and it worked really good, and I give it a thumbs up, and awesome. All right, the next thing I really needed and really enjoyed using was the Mr. Buddy heater. I got this for a Christmas gift. All these products I bought on my own and tested them out, and it took a little bit to get used to how to operate it a little bit. Once you did, it worked great for me. My buddy Vic had a little bit more of a challenging time, but I think we got that fixed now. But yeah, I'll show you that how to use this. First, you have to take the pilot. Well, you have to screw on your green can here, and then you just push down and you turn it to pilot. And once you turn it to pilot, you push down and you click on it. You have to click on it a couple times until you see a pilot flame, and that stays on. And then once you do that, then you can just turn it on to low, and it'll start puffing and huffing, and then pretty soon you got yourself a heater. And I was using a Gazelle tent, and I'm going to tell you, it kept that Gazelle tent warm, heated it up. I even had to crank it down and turn it off in the middle of the night because I was so warm. And then, of course, it cooled down, so turn it on, no problem. But anyways, that's how you use the buddy heater. Highly recommended if you're going in cold conditions. Out here, the temperatures can drop 20 to 30 degrees, depending where you're at in Arizona in the desert. So bring one of these. These are good. And you turn it on. Next is the Nemo Stargazer Recliner Luxury Chair. Again, I bought this a week out from our trip out on our first adventure, and it came in about a day or so before. When I was out there setting it up, it was still had packaging inside. So, but the nice thing about this is it was pretty easy to set up. There's a lot of setup videos, but it's very well made, and I got this at REI on their outlet. It was on sale when I got it. I'm trying to do this on a budget, guys, and I bought all my stuff, so I liked it a lot. I went with this from a traditional chair only because I have a kind of a bad hip right now, so when I was thinking about being out there, I wanted to be comfortable. And as you get older, sometimes it's about the comfort, so you can stay out there longer. And it was nice. I'll do a full review on it later, but this is a winner. Okay, gang. Next is the Gazelle tent here. It's the T3 version of it. The 3-man tent. Had plenty of room, easy to set up. The only drawback, it's a little big. So I have a Ford Bronco, and you have to lay it across the seat, so it takes up quite a bit of space. So this will be really nice when I get my roof rack. I can put it on top, and that'll save me some space. But it's you know, not that compact, but it sets up in a breeze. I'll show you some video here. We put it up first time, again, never taken it out of the box. Went out in the field and set it up, and it was good to go. Yeah, so take a look at the video, and very good quality. Again, lots of air and windows in the tent, and highly recommend the Gazelle tent. It's affordable and easy to use for beginners like me. All right, guys. Next is the water can from Dometic. It holds a couple gallons of water in here, and what I liked about it, it's square, it's compact, and you can put it in your rig. Space is premium when you don't have a roof rack, which we didn't, and I was able to stuff that in there, and you can put stuff on top if you want, so it worked really well. Next, also, we're talking about Dometic, is their water faucet. I was a little bit iffy of how we're going to do it and so forth, but again, going out to the desert, camping the week prior, made it all come true that we needed this. Only because, one, using the amount of water when you're out camping is a premium. And so you have to use as little water as possible to get the job done. And the nice thing about this is it's you just put your cup there and tap it. Oh, it's working. Tap it. And it pulls water out, and then you just tap it again. We did it to, especially if we're pulling water that we want to drink out for, say, making coffee or making a ice water or beverage. This is what we used, and it worked great. Definitely invest in it. I got a 20% or $20 discount at REI. Ordered it from there, came in along with this, so it was good. I'm a fan. Go Dometic. Here's something that's going to make your life easier. If you have one of these, which I picked up on Amazon, it helps with cleaning up your tent. So you can keep it in your tent while you're there, and while you're out there, you're tracking lots of dirt, or I had my dog with me. He was bringing in stuff, so when I had to take everything down, I had a bunch of dirt and pine cones and whatever pine needles in there. I just dusted them up, put them out here, and out they went. So this is another good thing to have. And then there's a couple things that I really liked. I bought these a few years back and got to use them once or twice, but these are really nice because they're solar and they add a lot of light, and you can charge them with a USB cord. And yeah, all you do is you pop them open, you blow them up. They come with these straps. You hang them up and turn them on, and add a lot of light to what you're doing. So I had it hanging over where I was cooking. I had it hanging up in my tent. I used it during the night as a nightstand on top of my Bouge RV battery that I bought. And so yeah, works real good. I got a couple of these. I could use a little bit more actually, but again, I bought these a couple years back on Amazon. So I really like these. Another thing that I thought that was really cool, and I saw these, a lot of people were looking at camp kitchens and whatnot. You need these. These don't take up a lot of space. They just pop out like this, and they hold a lot of water, so you can do your dishes. And both of these happen to have a drain. Some don't, but that's okay. This goes into my little pull-out in the Bronco, sits in there, and when you're done, you just take it. I'm going to try to come up with a system. If anybody has a system for these where you could, have a drain tank while you're out there, let me know. Put a comment down or a link so I can watch it. And yeah, I want to try to build something like that. So I want to do that. So that's good. All right, next. One thing I really enjoyed was waking up in the morning, some hot coffee, and this guy didn't disappoint. This is a Camp Chef Mountain Series Stryker. It cost me, I don't know, it was on sale at Walmart, I think for $69 at the time. I bought it a couple years back. But the nice thing about this is that the customer service on these guys are really good. I called them, said I had an issue with my thing, and I needed one component to it, and they sent me a whole brand new one. So these guys are outstanding. their customer services, and they want to make sure you're happy. But everything nests in here, and the gas on these things, they last a long time just to boil water. And yeah, so everything fits in there, and then you just close this up like that, like this. The other thing out of my camp kitchen I really enjoyed was these Sea to Summit pans. This Sea to Summit pan is big, and you can cook a lot of stuff on it. Just pops up a handle like that, and I show this in my video with cooking. Thing gets real hot. It's nice, and yeah, I like it. And it's non-stick, which is really good. And then the handle comes down like that. One press of the button. And then also there's the Sea to Summit pot. We boiled a lot of water. We made some chicken. We made some noodles. The same was great. It was just enough water to make to wash your dishes or heat up or whatever. So I think it's a 1.5 liter pot. And anyway, Sea to Summit pot. Everything goes nicely together, nests nicely. You know, when I came back home, I did some research from our trip and found that there was a couple other products that I want to try using out in the field, and these things, you know, they nest real nicely. So anyway, that's the pot. The other thing that I really was impressed with, that got mixed reviews, was the GSI Pinnacle stove. And for me, I went out and I bought many different types of stoves. Actually, I bought 1, 2, 3 different types of stoves, and they were just too big, and you know, space is everything. So I bought the Pinnacle GSI stove. It's about 1 inch thick, and very sleek, thin. It fits into the cubby in my Bronco. I bought a cover for it, and the nice thing about it is with the rock slide table and on the tailgate table, it fits. And where I got my propane hanging, it connects right to the stove, and it worked great. I didn't have really any issues with the stove and how it heated and how it you know, kept the temperature when it was on low, at fine heat. But for me, Pinnacle. It worked great for me. So, all right, guys, that about wraps it up for me. I want to cut this video short. One thing I didn't mention is going out there with your buddy and you know, testing out the gear that you guys got together, enjoying the time out there, having a chance to catch up is awesome, and safer. You don't have to fumble around doing it yourself. So stay tuned for the next chapter where I go over the things I didn't like and I probably won't be using on my overlanding trips. I'll be probably doing something with them. If you like this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Mash that, you know what to do. All right, take care, and we'll see you next time. Peace.